And now we're gonna be starting the next one. Let's set our skills. Ooh, that's cool. I'll definitely use that. Robot Jock, Cruiser Trooper, fire effectively during the non-stop debate, and the proof battle final strike. And the bullet time battle. Sure. Reload 2 bullets at once, effective during the bullet time battle. Alright, that's fine. Let's do this.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class tree. If you can figure out who, then I'll punish every... Okay, let's talk about the murder weapon!
Let's have to talk about and make clear what was used to deliver that fatal blow. Oh, I feel both prepared and ill-prepared all at the same time. It's locker room dumbbell. Let's do this.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
Yep, okay.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Oh, did I fuck up? Really?
Shoot!
Aw! Alright, I'm stupid.
Chihiro's fatal it appears it was...
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
There we go. Fuck you. It's not an iron pipe, you idiot.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
Yeah,
It was
obviously.
covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
Awesome.
Looked at her head wound?
Well, we're investigating, so yes.
That's so creepy!
I'm sure it is.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
Ooh.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
I think you're fucking wrong. Because Jack used scissors, not a dumbbell. Really killed Chihiro? Elephant's been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Sure, yeah, whatever. Lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Truth will also disappear if you hit these lines. So think of them as obstacles in your debate, but there's no way to keep this white noise from getting... There's a way to keep it from getting in your way. Press the A button to attach a silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. Now, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, time limit will decrease. So take careful aim when you have your silencer out. Oh, but if your action's difficulties at the gentle white noise won't appear at all. In which case, you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck and have fun.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
I want to see what
Why?
they say.
What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
No!
Not exactly.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library.
Actually, Byakuya found it, but
I
whatever.
guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be 2 defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case.
Not just 2, but 2 main ones,
The
sure.
first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
True, yes.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
I hate these fuckers. Yeah, alright, fine. Which the world at large doesn't know. The positioning body.
I
That's how
got
the body's placed.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
This is true. But no scissors were
How did the culprit
used.
know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of.
Really only one? Because it could also be that someone here has some kind of connection to the police and knew about this fact. Meaning that they were using it specifically to throw someone off for this information. Just saying.
It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
Fair enough.
No fucking way.
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes. In fact, it's Toko.
I love that he just straight out says it. Toko. Ah.
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
What?
Jesus, okay.
Wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
One with multiple personalities.
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
Yeah, Byakuya, why you gotta go make it so complicated? I feel like I understand it. This means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also not to be Toko. She's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Hangman's Gambit. Or we have to spell... Wait, I have to try and think of what the hell we're trying to spell here. Is it S? Okay. Schizo? We're spelling out schizo?
Now I understand.
That, what? What?
Is
Okay.
it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Okay, but schizophrenia and DID are not the same?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have... what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Unless I'm wrong, I don't think those are the same thing, are they?
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Okay, I'm still hung up about this, because isn't dissociative identity disorder, that's where you have multiple personalities. But schizophrenia is the whole hallucinating thing, isn't it? Where you see and think of things that aren't there. Whereas, like, DID is, like, swapping between personalities and a host body. Alright, whatever.
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
I guess... is that she...
I got it!
changed.
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's
true.
right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine, I'm fine. Who's that dead body? Hey, are you dead? Must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. There's a front and a back, a top and ending, a bottom, a sea of truth, and a web of lies. It's quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
No.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Ooh.
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
Interesting. This is all so weird.
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
Guess. Damn, dude, that's
This
fucking cold.
is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Jesus. Alright, Mr. Nihilistic.
You broke your promise first.
Pessimistic, I think, would be more.
You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise,
Sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. Don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
how many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But
Jeez.
you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing. Could you?
I don't know how much I believe him saying, like, I didn't say that. Like, he seems like the person who would say some manipulative ass shit to get to, like, what he wants. And if he knew she was gonna tell him something...
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't mean.
Toko's body suddenly lunged forward backwards. Huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second...
Well, hello there. Is it me you were hoping to see?
How is your tongue that long?
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Okay. Shit is going way off the rails.
What happened to you?
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
This is fucking weird and off-putting.
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yep.
Well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie.
The fuck kind of shit are you
Behind
propounding,
every
love?
dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
Okay. I guess so, yeah. Everyone got their different sides they showed everybody.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
You know, hats off for him not, like, running to, like, a corner of the room. I'm sure he's, like, also scared Monaco would kick his ass, but, like, the girl next to you just came out as, like, just popped off as a serious fucking murderer, and you're just like...
What's up?
Because there's no one on our other side, it's just for me.
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes,
well,
please.
I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds!
Okay.
Just kidding!
I fucking hate these people, dude.
Then it's not true?
No, it's not true.
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless.
Okay.
I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
Yeah, I mean, if the police have gotten as far as to, like, realize that the murderer may aid the student, someone with a split personality, you think they would start, like, going and, like, having a mental check on all the students, like, the local schools, and trying to take a look. Or, like, trying to make a link there, you know?
It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Kidding again!
Okay, she's gonna be someone else.
This
Great.
should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
I'd like to
There's
disagree.
clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed.
Good point.
Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack.
Fair enough.
If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
I mean, that's sound. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
And I'm surprised Byakuya didn't catch up on what's about to be revealed, because I think she's gonna have to say it.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe. You're totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. But she said I need to get more details about all of this. It's because she uses fucking scissors, man. And Chihiro's hit with a fucking whack to the head.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're
Alibi.
talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need?
Okay, I think that might be the it.
Give it up. You
Yep,
killed her.
okay. I know where it is. I know what it is. This is when Byakuya says it.
Sorry, but I
You say that.
Perhaps if you had an
Oh, an alibi.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches.
Nah, Byakuya! You fucking missed something, you fucking smug motherfucker!
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Yep, it's...
I got
the
it!
fucking way they killed them.
The cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, according to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method?
Especially someone that's acting like
And
her.
there's more. one more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
Yeah, please. It is weird.
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Yep. Except with her hands. I usually played it when she was suspended. Well, it was used to suspend her. It was a fucking electrical
Do you
cord.
remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
Mm-hmm.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
Scissors.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
That one guy with the one in his head looks really... Ow! I want to know if that was done, like, while he was alive or after just to pin him. I'm guessing it's when he was alive, because I don't see how that's pinning anybody. Ugh.
And guess what? I use my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use.
Okay, I have a quick question. How the hell did she get the scissors? Does she make them? Does she know someone in the trade? Because you would think they would start noticing, hey, these scissors all look the same. And then the person who, like, unless they're like, all gung-ho and being like, oh yeah, I'm totes in like cahoots with this murder and totally do not mind. Like,
And you know what else? Big
No.
Man said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
okay.
Huh?
Oh, right, because she, Jill only kills girls, but every other one has been a boy.
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case.
They're all
There's
men.
a pattern
All men and
there,
boys.
Just waiting to be discovered.
Pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. Pattern surrounding Jack victim Chihiro didn't fit it. If you look closely at the names of every victim, what you notice is, I think, figured out. Because Chihiro was a friend, so she was a girl.
Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They're all men. All men and boys. Yep. Bunch of guys. Cool.
They were all guys?
Mm-hmm.
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
I don't like her. She's too
What's
weird.
wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just
That
a
tongue is freaking
full-throttle
me out.
boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lolly car!
Lowly, cur.
Ooh.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And
Yeah, she seems pretty set in her
some
ways.
I did kill to survive. Why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
Exactly.
That does make some amount of sense.
If she was killing to survive, why would she do her whole ordeal?
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Uh,
Da-da-da-da!
how the fuck did she get the... Oh, that's my company.
She's fully equipped.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, man.
Right, so I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side?
To be fair, none of us knew that, so fair enough, Byakuya.
Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you.
And of course, Byakuya couldn't make sense of it because it doesn't make sense to him.
The rope's totally out of the question anyway.
Yeah. Byakuya knew, like, this all made sense, but...
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
And also, Byakuya is taking this really calmly, being, like, wrong. I thought he'd have more of a freak out.
It had to be the real deal, and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Here's one person. Person who copied a copy of the Genocide Jack cases. Wait, hold on. Someone who could have been... Byakuya, because he studied all of it. Hey!
Here's my answer.
Okay, I think I got it right.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
At least did the suspending part.
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was
To cover it up
because
himself.
he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
Yep.
And I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must
Oh,
have
now I gotta think about this.
Looking back and thinking about
Maybe when
it
he
now,
took me on to, like, do it?
the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Yeah. Suspicious, very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Not suspicious. If somebody searched the locker rooms, let's start with the girls' locker room. Yeah, you wanted to immediately go into the girls'
You wanted
locker
to go to
room.
the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a god,
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The
guess so.
victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence
But we
why I
didn't
said
know
we
it was
should check
Chihiro
the
yet.
girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
on the contrary, there's something very strange.
Yeah.
Okay then. What's so strange about it? Go ahead. Share with the...
Just said, it's that... Oh, come on! I know what it is. I'm gonna fucking play this shit. Alright, fine. What is it? We're gonna add something called True Flashback. Aim at a weak spot and hold down the Y button. And you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can be shot only once as a single truth bullet. Shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth center. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. You don't seem to have the answer or lie, contradiction in your look. Truth bullets, it might otherwise memories found showing up. The best time to play, no, just have to use your gain wits, won't you? Perhaps like you won't be refuting anything. Good luck and have fun. Jesus Christ, there's so many things I have to remember now. Oh, I'm gonna forget so many things after this trial.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Yes.
But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker
Take
room,
it.
that's
A natural reaction for any... The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check the girl. There was no time for...
what's so strange?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay, so we gotta go memorize the shit that Hina said and then use it against him. Because we didn't know it was Chihiro because we hadn't discovered the body yet.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird.
If you're presented with the opportunity
Take
to
it.
Natural reaction. The victim was Chihiro.
We didn't know that, motherfucker!
I'll tell you what's so strange about that, because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
Uh-huh.
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still...
Oh, this is going on so much. This is completely...
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than...
What's with Byakuya's at? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered. It's acting like it's nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you?
There's more to it. There is, I think.
There is more to it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents.
Yes.
The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Okay.
Oh, proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Sure, the culprit. Could be... I think it's the extension cord. Maybe? Okay, yeah.
What? The difference between the cases?
Yeah.
You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope.
It wasn't a rope.
That's right! It absolutely was!
No.
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Fuck you, you fucking lying bastard! You're gonna give me such an easy lie.
I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say,
that extension cord?
An extension cord?
Yes! The one he used.
You've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discuss...
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's a fair point.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this. I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message.
You also knew about the book, so you knew how to get into there.
I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it.
That's what we're saying, yes.
Is that about right?
Yes. Totally calm, totally unconcerned, it's not even involved. Not even involved.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
Sure.
We're not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game.
What?
So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
You guys got points. Don't worry. You guys got points.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Yeah.
Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
Yeah, but he's not.
I know, but there's something that's still bothering me.
He's too casual.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you?
You are such a dick,
I
dude.
killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait. This is just not, something's not right. His body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean I just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something about what he said.
I got it!
Scene of the crime.
You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible?
Aha! Now we're
took
getting
place
into the
somewhere else?
weeds.
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that.
Yes, there's no question about the fact she was found there. But where she was killed is where the question lies.
How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later. Along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene?
Yeah.
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of
Of course I do. I'm Makoto, the smart detective man. Because no one will do anything else for me. You just take your. Did I just take you off guard? The story suddenly moves to the crime scene. Byakuya, who's been so confident up to now, maybe Byakuya never even realized the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Alright, sure. I'm gonna switch between the boys and girls' locker room. Was the... this one? Oh, yeah, this.
I got it!
It's the posters.
The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Yeah!
Proof is some posters?
Yes!
The poster in the
Let me
girls'
explain.
locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel.
Big
But don't you
boobs!
think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Alright, yeah, shut up.
The boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
Yeah, it'd be one thing if it was like two people like standing up, showing off like their body in like a way that's being like, hey, this is what you're striving for, but for her to be like that, and for it to be a boy band, two very...
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
Exactly.
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker room.
The carpets!
You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
Thank you for us finally being able to use that
You're
tactic.
referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Exactly.
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, this...
Oh, shit, I didn't mean to... That had been scrubbed away, she was saying. It was moved.
I got it!
Because now the boys' room has
stain on the
it.
girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
I'm glad we have like a picture to take this with.
Then, does that mean that
Our
the
camera to
carpets
take
were
a picture
switched
with.
too? But why would anyone do that?
To confuse
To
us.
move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible.
Takes a lot of effort, but it's 2 in the morning and no one's there, so exactly.
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body.
Yeah.
By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I
Yeah.
can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the carpet
To
bother
throw us
you?
off, obviously.
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the
To hide their crimes!
An even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
That's a more honest question.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader that Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room.
Good point, good
She
point.
had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
Fair.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I
What?
highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Yeah? She should have gotten somehow. She could have used those ones at the front desk. Or the door.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah, I got it!
Okay.
She must have hacked her e-handbook.
Oh, no, okay, we fucked that up. My bad.
Shoot!
Okay. Sorry. Go,
Is it
continue.
really possible? Could Chihiro really...
She must have hacked her e-handbook.
Okay.
She was the ultimate programmer, after
Fair idea. Okay, yep.
I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
But why would she want
No,
to?
I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she
Yeah.
had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
But his is broken! That's it! Okay, I see. I see. Alright.
Is it really? Could Chihiro really...
She must have hacked her e... She was the ultimate I'm sure that would have...
No, I don't. She used the thing.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook.
Haha, but it's busted! Ha 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 ha! No, it's wrong!
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh.
Or more correctly,
Well,
top
then,
tuning out.
yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
Fair point, though. I respect that, Hero.
I am
Good job.
struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Loaning. But we can take from the dead because they can't say shit against us,
Actually,
apparently.
the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
It's weird, but yeah.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts glaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Okay, calm down there, buddy. I was killing the girls' locker room. Yaku was the one who did it. Really? I don't think, what else could I do?
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say?
I mean, right, dude. She, like, adds nothing, but she's so...
There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Now we gotta leave? What the fuck?
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Let's go. And hold, we headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was...